Back, this is your level 3 jiu-jitsu. We're back here at North Star with Jackson. And what he's going to do today is he's going to show us some ground jiu-jitsu from the closed guard position, the recovery position. So let's get started. Where's yours?
Cool. So this is a series that I use a lot. And obviously I'm kind of showing some stuff that I personally like to use out of my playbook just because I'm built a certain way, so certain things work really, really well for me, like triangles. I have an easy time locking things up. So I use the triangle a lot from the guard position here. Now, it's a really simple setup, but you're gonna find that your opponent's arm is generally gonna fall on the far side, the side where you're not gonna be able to hit him with the triangle choke. So we're gonna show you this setup, which the reason I really like this setup is that it's mechanical. It's step by step by step by step. So it doesn't require amazing timing. It doesn't require explosivity. It doesn't require any sort of physical attributes, just patience and good technique. And I think that's, you know, what jiu-jitsu is really all about. So when we're here in the guard position, I'm gonna set up my triangle with an overhook. There's a 1,000 different ways to set up an overhook. Your traditional like day one jiu-jitsu is you have your partner posting on your hips. We swim in, open, bring the knees to the chest, get their weight on their hands, cover the head, and I'm gonna overhook the arm. Now I have posture controlled. So as with almost any other attack from the guard, I need to control posture and I need to create an angle. So I'm gonna open my guard, escape my hips out to the side, take my angle. The key point here is I want this elbow and this knee to connect. So you'll notice a lot of times this elbow is gonna be in tight, right? He might be keeping this elbow in tight because he knows the triangle's coming. So I have to get inside control with my forearm, and I'm gonna create enough space for my knee to pop out. I go right to the wrist. Now what's important here is if I'm loose with this grip and I don't apply pressure out with my knee, he's gonna have an easy time just threading his arm back to the inside. And I lose all that hard work. So once I get here, I apply a lot of pressure to the elbow pit and I pull hard on the wrist and I'm pinching down with my legs. So here his posture is controlled and it's gonna be really tough for him to square up or get his posture back. When I'm ready to go, I just escape out one more time, knee to chest like a dead bug, thread over the neck, and head up into the diamond position. So I'm in like phase one of a triangle, but you'll notice that this arm is on the wrong side. That's okay though, we have a lot of attacks in there. So we'll try that again. From the guard position, thread in, open, pull, cover, overhook. Elbow escape. If this elbow is in tight, my collar tie slides down. I connect my elbow to my knee, clear my knee, and apply pressure. When I'm ready to go, I may have to make an adjustment. One extra elbow escape. Straighten this arm out, unthread my leg over the neck, and I'm good. Cool, one more time. Real quick. If we're in like a mixed martial arts style scenario, maybe he's cocking back with a big right hand, and he throws it, I block, get my overhook, control the head, angle, elbow to knee, clear, and go.
All right, guys, we'll be back in 1 second with another angle. Okay, guys, second angle.
All right, so again, we're, whether they're posting on the hip or throwing a punch or whatever, we just got to get this hand to the mat. So alternate option here, if they're being like really stubborn with these arms, this really doesn't work against high-level guys. It's not really going to happen. So we can also pull the elbows out as we bring our knees forward, and oftentimes if we're going to get a hand on the mat, cover the head, overhook. Escape out, create an angle. Elbow inside the arm to knee, clear the knee, cover, push, and thread. One more time.
Excellent job. We'll be back in 2 minutes with one more video. Okay, welcome back. This is your Jiu-Jitsu level 3. We're back with a continuance. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna hand it over to Jackson and let's do it.
Cool, so in the previous video where we're setting up that triangle in a really mechanical way, we often end up, anytime we're setting up a triangle with an overhook, with our arm is gonna be on like what we call like the safe side for the triangle choke. Now it's not gonna be safe for that person, assuming that you know how to finish submissions from that side. So we have two main submissions from that side, the reverse triangle choke. It's not as, I wouldn't say as high percentage as the regular triangle choke, but you can cause some damage there. And then my personal favorite, which is a Kimura. And I find that like I actually prefer the reverse triangle position because that Kimura is so tight and so powerful that it's one of my top submissions across every position, one of my top submissions, okay? So we're gonna start in that triangle position, and this arm, like I'm having trouble. He knows I wanna push it across to set up my triangle choke, so he may be hiding this arm. It's not the best defense to this position, but some people are just gonna hide this arm just to slow this position down and try to figure out what to do next. So notice that I'm still pretty square. I have to get a strong angle. So I'm gonna go into my reverse triangle position. Open the diamond, angle, and bite down. Now if you have long legs like me, you wanna be crossing your crossing your ankle under your knee over their far shoulder. That's ideal. So now I have a nice 90-degree angle. To finish the choke, this arm reaches behind my knee, this arm reaches behind his head, and the key points here is I want to take my thigh and jam his shoulder into his neck on this side. That's really important. It's going to be a half choke, half neck crank.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, so key point, we got to get that shoulder into the neck. So we're here again, angle, reach, and this knee goes in. Good.
Very, very good.
So that's a pretty nice choke, but some people are just tough, or maybe they're like jamming the shoulder back down, and it's really tough to finish that against somebody who's got like a really strong upper body. So the Kimura is my number one submission from here. So when this arm is hidden, he could be grabbing his thigh, he could be reaching around my leg, he could be grabbing his own gi if we're wearing the jacket. So I have to work this elbow. So check it out. From this position, 2 hands on the elbow, I'm gonna hip up and start to roll his elbow towards me. That should put enough pressure on his elbow and shoulder to make him release. So if he's, let's say, grabbing the inside of his thigh, I'm gonna bump and start to roll. Now I have to catch the wrist and dive. Key points here on finishing this. This arm, its only job is to seal his arm to my chest. Before I even rotate the shoulder, I can sometimes get the submission just by extending the shoulder out of its socket. But even then, once I got it locked up, I just look to the other side and elevate. There's so much pressure on the shoulder that once you have that double wrist lock, that Kimura grip, you can finish it in like 3 different ways. It's really, really, really tight.
Awesome. All right, we'll be back with one more angle in 2 seconds. This is your second angle.
Okay, from start to finish, right? We have the arm, we have the overhook, elbow to knee, open. You know, I jokingly call this crowning. I know it may be a little bit naughty, but crown the knee a little bit, pressure, extend, lace. We're in that like reverse diamond position. He's hiding his arm, no problem. Open the triangle, adjust, cross over the far shoulder. Even here, he's got a lot of pressure on his neck. Submission number 1, reverse triangle, behind the knee, behind the head. And we're bringing this thigh to jam this shoulder into his neck. Boom, that's number 1. Number 2, he's hiding this arm. I cup the elbow, pop the hip, find the wrist, sit up, Kimura grip, and go. Now, a lot of people are gonna say this is kind of a precarious grip. He may wave hello, he may turn his arm to escape the Kimura, okay? So we have an answer for that. When he goes to turn his arm, I cup the elbow, transfer it over, and start working into the regular triangle. So there's a whole series from there, but the point here is that sort of like the weak side of the triangle choke still has a number of high percentage submission options. And if you like triangles, you got long skinny legs like me, you like wrapping people up, you need to know how to finish from both sides.
Thanks, guys. This was your Jiu-Jitsu Level 3 here with Jackson at North Star. Like I said, come by and check out his gym.